I know you're talking. I don't know what you're saying. All right. I muted all of you to prevent her feedback, which was the crazy sound. So if you need to tell me something, make sure you unmute. So again, we're going to start with Blessed Assurance today. We are playing that live at the 11 a.m. service on October 25th. We'll do a 10:35 call like we did the last time. You'll have music stands. It's the same shebang, just a different song. Nothing too bad. So last week we talked a little bit about rhythm that you can add in order to make this a little bit more interesting. By all means, if strumming is still just your thing, you can do that. If you would like to make it a little bit more interesting, you can do this kind of swung rhythm. It's longs and shorts. So it's a long down and a short up. If that's too much, because there are really quick changes in this, don't worry about it. Just play on the beats. If you just want to throw it in for the longer ones, you can do that too. So let's go ahead and go through all of Blessed Assurance, and then I'm going to check in with you to see how it's going. If you'd like to sing along, go ahead. I won't hear you because you're muted. So we're going to start with our intro and then straight through the song. Here we go. So you're starting with C. I'll give you 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. C, F, G7, C, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. All the authorities of glory divine. Lamb of salvation, purchase of God. Born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. 1, 2, perfect submission, perfect delight, visions of adoption are fast on my sight, angels descending, bring from above, echoes of mercy, whispers of love. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Perfect submission, always at last, I in my Savior, happy at last, watching and waiting, looking above, and with His goodness, lost in His love. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. This is my story, this is my song, praising my Savior all the day long. Praising my Savior all the day long. Hey, you have to unmute now to tell me how you did. I can't sing all the time.
This is like paying the bells. I can't play all the notes.
I felt so bad for you last time. I could hear behind me how frustrated you were. I felt for you, but you can burn it. I promise you. At least on the cantata song, you have 2 bells. That's it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
2 hands and 2 bells. You got it.
Well, someday I'll be able to do better.
It's hard to weave the big bells just because they're so much bigger. Like doing the little bells I had, that was not so bad. But man, you had some bigger ones.
Well, sometimes I'd pick it up and I'd go to ring it, and so I can put it down, and nothing came out.
That happened to your wife, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
It happened to Joanne too. She at one point, I saw her ring it and go, and look at it. It's the power of handbells. You ring it, but nothing.
Uh-huh.
It's the power.
Yeah, it's something. They need refurbished real bad, so hopefully the pandemic ends and my funding comes back and I can spend $3,000 to do that. Oh, she wrote me a note.
It's $4,000.
It's very expensive to refurbish handbells. Yeah, that's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, they tighten things
Yeah.
and they fix things and they polish things. Yeah.
Can't.
Huge.
I-
Oh no, Sue Woods. Well, if you're good, give me a thumbs up, Sue Woods.
Huh.
If she's stuck in this weird place of mute.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Does anybody have any problems with the Blessed Assurance? Everyone. Other than Bud can't play all of the notes, and that's okay. They're fast. Like
They are.
I was going
And
to
it's
ask
like
Allie
a one.
to learn it, and I realized that the changes were just too quick, and she would just be waiting, probably like you are, Bud, with C, and waiting to play when she's supposed to. So
Yep.
I didn't offer it.
Well, I got a few F's this time.
Ooh.
Yeah. F's tricky.
It is, but once you get used to like the bounce between C and F, it's not so bad. I tried changing the key of something and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was mind-boggling to me because I needed 4 different chords that I had to learn. All right, well, if everybody's good with Blessed Assurance, we're going to move on to look at the first Noel.
Okay.
So most of the chords that you need from Blessed Assurance are the same chords over in the first Noel, with this exception of E minor. That's the only new one. Everybody else is the old chord. So E minor, just to remind you, let me scoot forward on my kitchen stool that I brought in here. You're gonna put your pointer finger on the 2nd fret. See if we can get the length. There we go. 2nd fret, and then we're gonna make a diagonal line. So he goes here, your middle finger reaches over, and then your ring finger. So we've got 2nd fret, next string 3rd fret, next string 4th fret. So the string closest to your face, you have nothing on. I know, that's the best part. When you play it, it should sound like this. So if it sounds like that, you're doing good, but I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yay.
Louise took the tuner, so
Oh, that would do it.
Oh.
Because my C is always out of tune. Like it was like, it's in tune. I went, no, it's not. And not in tune. It's always flat. She took the tuner. That's great. But that's at least the shape of it, whether it's in tune or not. It's just a diagonal line. It can be a little bit tricky to get to because you've got a C chord in front of it and an F chord after it. However, the C in front of it is 3 counts, and the F after it is 3 counts, and that E minor is 3 counts. So this is one of those places, Bud, where if you need to just play 1, C, 2, 3, that gives you lots of time to find the E, 2, 3 to slide up for the F. And we won't go too fast. And D is going to sing along with us when we record this for the cantata, because some of us are altos, and we can't sing this because it's too high.
Yep.
So I call in a few reinforcements.
I can sing it. You don't want to hear it.
No, I can sing the harmony though.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, like I'll screech it out at Christmas Eve, but not on cantata recordings. I'm not. Nope, not when I can recruit other people for me. All right. So this song is also going to be counted in 3, just like Blessed Assurance. That one's in 9/8, so the feel's a little bit different. This is your normal 3/4 time. So at the top, you should have an introduction. You should have a C for 2, a G7 for 1, and then your C for 5. So again, if you need to skip G7, That's cool. It's only one count. No one's going to miss it. So we are going to go through the introduction plus verse 1. So don't go into the chorus yet, because that's the place where all the new chords happen. You should know all the chords in verse 1. There's familiar ones, C's, F's, and G7s. So let's start with the intro, which is your C. You got a C for 2. Here we go. I'll give you 3 counts. And 1, 2, 3. C, 2, G7, C, 2, 3, 4, 5, G7, C, 2, 3, regular G, 2, 3, C for 2, 2, F, back to C, back to F, back to C, 2, 3, F, 2, 3, G7C, 2, G7C, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, C, 2, F, back to C, 2, F, F, 2, 3, C, 2, G7C, 2, What is that? It's a lot of chords, you know, so it should feel familiar, but let's face it, the C to the F is really obnoxious after a while. It is, because it's all the way across. It's this thing, back and forth and back and forth. I hate those things because they just make your hand tired. Is everybody good with all of that so far? Sue Woods is showing me fingers. You getting calluses over there, Sue Woods? I'm going to take that as yes.
Yes, take that as a probably, yeah.
I bet she's so grainy and she can't talk to us.
Oh, so odd. She had it a minute ago.
I know. It's funny. She cuts in and out, but that's okay. All right. So if we are good with the verse, we're going to jump onto the chorus. So you need to be prepared. We're going to add both our E minor and we're going to sneak an A minor in there. So this is not an A7, so you can't play it open. But you can play this. It's only one finger. So the string closest to your face, that's your G string, and you're pushing down on the 2nd fret. I would recommend doing that with your middle finger, as terrible as that is to be like, hey, let me show you my middle finger right here. Because the next chord is F. All you will need to do, here's A minor, you'll just need to reach to your E string to push down the F. So A and then F. I can't do it without watching, apparently. So it's a real simple transition, and that frees up your ring finger to come down here for your C. So if you play the A minor with your middle finger, life is dandy. All right, so we're gonna start right on the chorus. I'm gonna mute everybody. Unlike the last time where I forgot to study. Whoa, I moved my mouse and all of you disappeared. All right, we are on the chorus. You're just gonna start on your G7, or you can wait to join us on the C. Here's your chorus, and 1, 2, 3, G7, C, 2, 3, E minor, 2, 3, F, 2, back to C. Here comes your A minor, F, C, 2, G7, C, 2, G7, C, 2, 3. So it's a real short course, which is nice. Because Lord knows we do it enough times. Let's do it one more time before I find out how it's going. Because I know the first time you do it, it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. There's other chords in here. So go ahead and find your G7 to start. Or your C if you're going to skip over the G7. Here's your chorus one more time. And 1, 2, 3, G7, C, 2, 3, E minor, 2, 3, F, 2, 3, C, 2, 3, A minor, 2, F, C, 2, G7, C, 2, G7, C, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So you can totally unmute except unless you're Sue Woods, you can't unmute because the computer won't let you, and tell me how it's going. Bud, how's it going, buddy?
It's going good. I've got it. I can even do E minor.
I'm getting more than one note, so I mean, more than C's.
I assume that you're skipping the G7s. I just naturally assume that you are.
Yes.
But
It's a rough.
it's hard to get to it, especially from C.
It is.
But I bet you can do the C, the F, and the A minor. I think you can.
Yeah. Yes. Now it's a matter of remembering what the fingers are when I see the letter play on the music.
It's true.
I try really hard to not pick up my guitar on days that I do ukulele because it's all. If I pick up a guitar, it's useless.
Different. Yeah, I remember G was all the way across. G was hard.
Yes, I can play G, but the problem is on a guitar, G is one thing, but D, ukulele.
Oh, D is different. Yeah, D minor is different.
Guitar matches D on my ukulele, and then I'm done. Then it's all out the window.
There you go. There, happy days.
Darn you fingerings.
Yes.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to put together some of this first, Noel. So we're going to do the intro. We're going to do verse 1. We're going to do the chorus.
Okay.
That way. And then we're going to do the ending. So do the intro, verse 1, chorus, and ending. So that's what I'm going to sing. So it's verse 1, the chorus, the ending. So pretend like we did all the other verses. All right, I'm going to mute you. That means I'll never know if you screw up. Here we go. All right, this is the intro, verse 1, the chorus, and the ending. So get ready with your C. I'll give you 3 and we're in. And 1, 2, 3. C, 2, G, C, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ta-da! So remember, D is going to sing it, so it'll sound better.